Don't laugh, everyone. Don't laugh all at once. But this is a paid request from James. Thank you so much for that. And for those interested in requesting any type of videos, feel free to send it either directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon. Both links are down below in the info box. And as you can see, From Justin to Kelly is the film for today. It came out in 2003. It's directed by Robert Iscove, whatever. He directed She's All That. And it stars Kelly Clarkson and Justin Guarini. Kelly Clarkson was the winner and Justin was the runner-up on American Idol. Now, for what I understand, this was something those two could not get out of. Like, they did the American Idol thing, which I don't really watch much of. Not my cup of tea. But they did it, and I don't know if from the very beginning they had to sign this, or in the middle when the producers found out that the show was successful, then they had to sign this. But at one point these two had to sign this to get their other deals for singing, but then part of the deal is you gotta do this movie. And Kelly Clarkson said, no, we should not do the film. They weren't gung-ho about it. I don't blame them. So I can't really fault Kelly and Justin, because if contractual obligations, you're forced to do this. It's like their passion is music. You can tell. Their passion is music. That's what they're good at, voice-wise, is their music. They're not actors. They didn't want to be actors. They never cared to be actors. So you're pretty much forcing two people who are not actors to be in this film, I guess as a marketing point for American Idol. And it gets a 1.9 on IMDb. 1.9 out of 10. I mean, that would be considered one of the worst films of all time. Is this one of the worst films of all time? No. I don't think it's a good movie. Don't get me wrong, I don't think it's a good film. But do I think it's one of the worst films of all time? No. It's harmless. But it's not a film I would ever watch to begin with. But it's harmless. Folks, I have seen Newty. I've seen August Underground Mortem. I've seen Feeders, Feeders 2, a Serbian film, Alien 3, where they kill this franchise I like. I have seen Shit, They'll Turn You White. I have seen a lot of stuff. I've seen Sharks of the Corn. Where, yes, there's sharks in a cornfield. Don't ask me why. I've seen Neil Breen films, nostalgia credit films, and Cool Duder films. I have seen a lot of crap. Creepshow 3, You're Killing Me. All those films, I think, are worse than this. This is not good, but it's just harmless fluff. That's what I call harmless fluff. I mean, it's trying to be spring break, beach party. And apparently they had a stroke. My neighbor's roosters had a stroke. What, you're Sanford and Son? I've come to see you, know. Dun, 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 dun. Because again, it's a PG movie that's supposed to be Kelly is a waitress in Texas. Her two friends date her to go to spring break in Miami. Justin's with his two buddies. They're in spring break in Miami. Most of the film takes place on beaches with beautiful women. But it's PG, so you're not going to have any raunchy stuff. You're not going to have any too sexy stuff. This could be on Nickelodeon, you know, without the pedos, the pedophiles. You know what this is? I don't know if you remember those 1960s movies, the beach blanket bingo type of films with Frankie Avalon. That's really what this is. You take one of those films and you put in today's age, with maybe the tiniest bit of grease. I don't mean the actual, I mean like the movie grease. A tiniest bit of that. That's really what this is. But yeah, you go watch even the trailer to Beach Blanket Bingo or all those Frankie Avalon films. That's really what this is. And modern times. And no one was really asking for that. Because, like, at the very least, at least it's a short film. Without the end credits, it's an hour and 17 minutes. So I give credit to that. At least make it short. And at least the women are hot, and at least you get to see a lot of skimpily clad women. Granted, I could watch that on plenty of other websites. But it's not too bad to spend an hour and 17 minutes looking at a lot of pretty women in bras and bikinis. Again, I'd rather watch that than a bunch of sharks in a corn or an ET that looks like it's melted like a milk dud while roaming around Africa like Newty and all this other stuff. The songs, I mean, they're not songs I would ever listen to again, but at the same time, do I think they're bad songs? No. I mean, you feel like they're manufactured the fact that we're hoping to have a hit single or a hit soundtrack. But I mean, there's a reason why Justin and Kelly, why Kelly won and Justin was a runner-up, because they have good voices. That's not auto-tuned to the 10th power like every other artist nowadays. And I mean, depth-wise, I mean, I've seen episodes of Saved by the Bell with more depth. The characters, I mean, there's really not much to say about the characters. The acting, again, they're not actors. Everyone is brought into the scene, but none of them are really actors. I mean, you have, like I said, Kelly Clarkson trying her Texas dying accent. She has a friend who becomes a turncoat biatch. And then you have another friend who's black, who gets with the other minority, who is a cook. And you have a subplot with the two of them, where they're partying, and he's like, oh, you college kids, are you doing this? And I can't go on spring break because I'm working. And then she tries to help him, but then pretty much gets the guy fired, and then he's got to beg for his job back. But ultimately it works out between them. Kelly meets Justin. Justin, his hair did more of the acting than him. He has this one guy who's like a, hey bro, how's it going, Brewski bro? Who's always getting the trouble, and they're always getting tickets from the beach patrol lady cop thing. Not thing, but you know, the lady patrolling the beach is always giving them tickets. That's like a running gag throughout the whole film. Then you have the nerd. I say nerd because he got more muscles than a lot of jocks in other movies. But he's the nerd because he's got glasses. So the nerd, he's there because he went on a website and talked to a woman and spends the whole movie looking for her and getting the hijinks. And like the jokes are lame. I mean, those guys get into a hotel room. There's like an old rotary phone. And the guy's like, how am I going to log on with this? How do I connect this to the Wi-Fi? He has one of those, like, you know, type of phones. I'm like, oh, those are the jokes. Wah, wah, wah. Or, they're going to get ready for the whipped cream bikini contest. Which, again, is about as steamy as, well, I can't say Nickelodeon, because sadly, as we know, they're steamy for different sicko reasons. I mean, Saved by the Bell. There you go. Saved by the Bell. I mentioned that has more steamier scenes, especially in that. What was that? Wasn't there a couple episodes or a group like a summer pack where they were on the beach? Like a couple episodes. I think there was a portion of that. That was steamier than anything in this movie, including their whipped cream bikini contest. The friend is with the cook. They go to a salsa club. Kelly talks to Justin. At one point, Justin's hiding in the bathroom, and Kelly shows him the exit to escape through this window. gives him her phone number, but immediately he's like melted enough that he can't really do anything about it. Kelly's friend Alexa, that's the biatch, pretends to be Kelly, says no to Justin because she wants Justin. So all of a sudden Alexa is like a two-timing evil friend. Like I said, Justin's buddy, the Brewsty, is dealing with the beach patrol officer. There's the boat ride where Justin tossed to Kelly again, and Justin almost looks like he's going to stalk her or maybe kill her as he drives the boat. Like, you take that scene, you put the, I don't know, music from The Shining or Cape Fear. Yeah, put the music from Cape Fear in there. And throughout it, they sing a lot. Songs like Can You Feel the Love? And not the Lion King song. Can you feel the love tonight? There's another song they sing on the boat. This is the kind of film that I did. You know what? This is like a Disney Channel. Okay, imagine like a Disney Channel show or something like that. Or no, a show like Saved by the Bell. Or what was it? California Dreams. Imagine like an overlong episode of a show like California Dreams, but this time they go to the beach. Like, I mention that because there's literally a bit where Kelly and Justin, they're talking to each other, but then Alexa's screwing things up, so it feels like they're getting screwed over, but they don't realize there's a third party screwing them over. And so this one guy from Texas comes by to see Kelly and wants to fight for her love. So this Texas guy, Luke, and Justin, they get in a hovercraft duel. They get in two hovercrafts, and they go at each other. Something about bean bags he's supposed to throw, and I'm like... I laughed more than anything. I'm like, what the... So, I mean, that's what I mean. It's one of those films that... Thankfully, it's short. The songs, I mean, if you're into those kind of songs, I don't think you'll mind them. I'd rather listen to rap that talks about hoes, bitches, hoes, you know, every 5 seconds, or death metal going, I can't understand what the hell's going on. So the songs, I would never listen to again, but I'm like, okay, the voices are nice, and it shows their American Idol credibility. The beaches look nice. The women look nice. But just, there's nothing there. There's nothing to the characters. The humor isn't that funny. It's very lackluster in terms of writing. This feels like it was written in a weekend. They just throw stuff in like a hovercraft duel. It kind of meanders, and like I said, I don't know what audience they were going for this. Because younger people, they don't want to see a film that could work on the Disney Channel in a theater. There's plenty of other movies about parties and stuff that they'd rather watch, like The Hangover and all this other stuff. People that watch American Idol, it's one thing to watch something for free on TV. It's another to pay a ticket price to see in a theater. And if they did see it, they'd rather see it on home video. And I said the acting's not that good. Kelly and Justin, you could tell they're not actors. They don't have chemistry with each other at all. They're too, you know... I thought Kelly's a good-looking lady. Justin, I guess you would say he's good-looking. I don't know. I don't go that way. I don't flow in that direction. But like, they don't have a spark. They don't have chemistry with each other. And this was just a bad idea. to do this. Again, they thought that, hey, American Idol all of a sudden will create a hit movie for marketing. It's not going to, and it didn't. And I think they would have saved money, just cancel the project and just, I don't know, do like a special where they're singing duets or something on TV. Like a special episode of American Idol. That would have worked out for the better. Would have been a lot cheaper. And like I said, the dialogue, I mean, I don't know who wrote the film. But there's a bit where Justin confronts Kelly and is like, "You're the one playing games with me, Kelly. You know what? Game over." And let's be honest, I mean, the writing this is about like a Saved by the Bell, California Dreams, like that kind of writing. It is. And Saved by the Bell, at least I like the actors in them more, and those episodes are like 20 minutes apiece. And there's a lot of nostalgia, to be fair, because I remember seeing that in reruns when I was in my teens. But that's the level of writing, like, let's be honest about that. And again, 1.9, I'm sitting there going, I don't think it's that bad. It's not good. It's laughable, but at least it's short. And you're kind of sitting there going, it plays it very safe. It's very harmless, but I don't know. I find it funny that by the end of it, Kelly finds out because Alexa has her phone. One thing leads to another. Kelly gets the phone. Oh, let me do something. And number one, apparently Alexa decided not to delete any of the messages. Why would you keep the messages? I don't know. Why you would not just delete them? Also, that we could have the story plot point. And also, I'm sitting there going, damn, that's what cell phones looked like in 2003? We've come a long way. Like, I'm looking at, like, she's looking at the messages. I'm like, man, it looks so antiquated and antique now. And this is 2000, that's 20 years ago. Well, yeah, 20 years ago. 21 years ago. So, yeah, it would be. But, yeah, you see, like, this is how cell phones look compared to nowadays? Damn. But it's like, why didn't you delete the messages, you dumbass? You dumbass. So Kelly gets sad, and then apparently Alexa finds Justin, brings Justin to Kelly. They talk, they kiss. Everybody sings on the beach. Like a kind of a crap version of "That's the way, I like it, And it's like this really lame version of it. And the nerdy guy, after some hijinks with him, where this guy goes, "You try to talk to my woman?" And then acts as the guy's like therapist. The nerdy guy acts as the guy's therapist. So the guy like gets over it. And at the last minute, the nerdy guy and the other woman find each other. And the nerdy guy kisses her. I can't remember what happens to the broski. I'm guessing the patrol lady, like they make out or something. Because I already forgot. And that's the thing, at the end of the day, I would say it's just more of a harmless, forgettable fluff piece to stroke the egos of the American Idol producers, to take two people who did well on the show, contractually obligate them to do this movie where they kind of pan around the beach, talk to each other a couple times, have some lame supporting characters do some antics. They get together at the end, sing a couple songs throughout. Boom, done like dinner. It's just very superficial. It's a very superficial movie. It's a very forgettable movie. Like I said, I have seen so many worse films this was just, and the beach locations, the women look nice. The songs, maybe they're not my cup of tea, but they're not earache inducing to me. And at least it was short. At least it was a fairly short film. At least it looked like a film. It didn't look like it was shot on shitio or anything. Didn't look like it cost $5, made by Cool Duder or Neil Breen or some of these other. I mean, it just, like I said, I think the low rate, it is not a good film. Don't even, it's not a good film. I think that low of a rating, though, is just, I don't know, maybe people not liking American Idol or the audacity of the producers. Like, you think this movie's going to fly with people? What? But again, forgettable is really its worst sin at the end of the day. And, you know, not forcing two people who are not actors to try to star in a movie who have no chemistry with each other. You know, the writing, those are definitely its worst sins. So with that said, thanks for watching. Take care. We'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.